Oppie cam. Racing cam. Ooh, Model 28 pistons. Billet Oppie rods. Oh, sorry. Squirreled out there for a minute. Don't worry about that stuff. That's for another build. Hey, Captain 315. TikTok. Scotty Ender 315. Before we go any further and start tearing into this Kohler carb, just to basically show you what to look for and what not to look for on a basic cleaning. When I put the camera sideways, I'm supposed to be looking over here, but instead I'm watching myself as I'm taking things apart and doing these videos, so it looks like I'm goofy-eyed and I'm looking over there. Deal with it. Shouldn't be looking at my ugly mug anyways, okay? So as I'm talking, I am actually talking to you, even though I'm looking off in goo-goo land somewhere. So on these 27 horse Kohler carbs, there's been a lot of questions and a lot of concerns about tearing these things down because I scared everybody talking about O-rings slipping out of place and things like that. Well, there's a reason for that, because you can really screw yourself doing this. So follow along. We're just going to do a quick tear down. All right. If you've done these carbs before, you got your 4 screws, nothing special here. Okay. Hopefully I actually have this in the middle of the screen this time. All right, when you pull this bowl off of here, you know, just like normal, right there's a little O-ring. See it? That goes up in that little port there for your accelerator pump. Little dab of grease or something you can stick on there. This gasket, you know, you're aware of, it just sits down in there. This little emulsion tube pops out. If you take that out to clean it or anything, just remember the little narrow part of the tube goes into the carb and the fat end goes into the lid here. All right. Generally, just leave that thing alone. Don't be farting around with it. There's your float. You know how to do float level and all that kind of stuff. This is more about the concerns with the O-rings and stuff. I was flow testing this carburetor, so I still got a little liquid in it. There we go. All right. Accelerator pump. When you get these in stock form, there's not much to them. If you get one of these that I've tricked out for you, or if you've tricked it out yourself, this can get kind of wonky with your little check ball that's in here, okay? You're ready? Remember, you got that little spring in there. Boing, it's going to pop this lid up and all of your shit goes flying, okay? Take that lid off. There's your order. Lid, spring, pump diaphragm, okay? Right here, I can't tip it much, but if you look, right here's a O-ring, and over there's a O-ring. This O-ring actually sits in a receiver groove right there. This O-ring here actually goes in the cover. Right there, you can see, again, a little dab of grease or something. But once I trick these out, when you take this O-ring here out, look, a little check ball right there. That ball is a little pain in the balls, okay? Don't lose that. It's like 90 thousandths of an inch, little stainless ball. It's tiny. So, and that sits on this little recess. So when you go to put this thing back together, you're going to take that little tiny ball, tiny balls, like me when I'm trying to do a hill bomb on the B-1 bomber. Okay? You're going to rest that ball right there, and it'll sit there. And then your O-ring will go down in here, your one O-ring. The O-ring that's on the ball, you're going to put into the receiver area on the cover. You can see it right there. Again, little dab of grease or something. There you go. And obviously your pump diaphragm. I don't think that it really matters which direction they go in, so don't sweat it. And then your spring. Then I don't have grease right here, so I'm not going to put it back together. And then with a little dab of grease on there, you can flip this upside down and doop, put her back together. Okay, let's see, what else can we deal with? There's your little ball and your O-rings. Come out of there, you little booger. Oh, it's going to stay right there. There it is. Don't lose that. I have more if you do, but let's try not to lose that. All right. Accelerator pump, as far as the linkage and stuff, I don't think there's any need to really go through that. That's all just mechanical. Nothing needs to be done. But if you have to clean this, that's how you get into the bowl. If you want to take your little fuel shutoff out, if you need to access the main jet, pull these screws out. This is pretty standard issue stuff here. You guys will be fine with this. And again, this isn't on the carb mods. That's on the other video you can look at. This is just for accessing and cleaning. So when you take that off, your little stopper, then you can pull this brass piece out. There's 2 more O-rings. Okay. If you look down in there, there's your main jet, and you can take the main jet out. So there's your idle mixture screw here. And when you have this, when you have your factory stopper on there, you see there's a little screw hole. There's a little hole in there so you can actually get to your idle mixture screw. Idle mixture, you just set it to where it runs the best. If you have it screwed in too far and it's too lean, you're going to get a pop, and it's just going to hesitate and stuff a little bit, and the pump might not even be able to cover it up, or it'll just try to quit on you. If it's too rich, it'll just ka-thump, ka-thump, ka-thump. You'll hear it when it's idling. You'll be able to tell it's rich. So just play with it until you get a nice smooth idle and nice smooth throttle response. At that point, the carburetor's tore down, and you can do whatever you want to do as far as spraying it out with carb cleaner and stuff like that. But that should explain at least where your O-rings are and everything, so you could be careful with those. Reassembly is the same, just the opposite of assembly. So remember, you got check ball if it's been modified, or nothing there if it hasn't. You got an O-ring there that sits in the carb body. You got another O-ring right there that sits in the receiver. You got another O-ring in the lid right up here for your accelerator pump, and then other than that, you got your main gaskets. You know, same thing as we were talking about. If you do pull this emulsion tube out of here to clean or whatever, you got O-rings in both places. Any of these O-rings get cut or slipped, you're going to have either internal or external leaks, and the thing is going to run like poo and could be a fire hazard. So keep an eye on that stuff. Stay tuned for more videos. I hope this helped you all out. I'm sorry I'm Google-eyed. I'm watching me. I'm watching this. And I'm watching over here in La La Land. Stay tuned for another episode. Got a 20.5 horse pressure lube 46 cubic inch Briggs opposed twin. It's vertical shaft that I am flipping horizontal, and it will still have a oil pump and the whole setup. And these billet rods, the Model 28 pistons, and a Precision 212 alt cam grind, which might be a little more than I need, but I got a really good deal on all this stuff. So we're at least going to throw it in there and see how it works. And if it's too much for it, or I don't have the bottom end that I desire to have, stay tuned, because we will be grinding on this cam, or I will regrind a stock cam and show you all how that is done. Stay tuned, hang in there, hit that like button. I can't remember, it's that corner, something like that. And check back once in a while, starting to do more videos. Y'all have a great day.